what it is. All right, so we're gonna do a Feixiao free farm guide. I've been really excited for this character, and it's literally for one thing and one thing only. Well, maybe two, I guess. So first of all, she uses a Gunblade. You can't really get cooler than this to me, just because she uses it. Like, the Gunblade is like the defining factor of why I'm gonna destroy my wallet if I need to here. It just is. All right, the Gunblade is just too cool to pass out. Plus, she's a badass character. Right now, guys, we are going to take a good look on what we need to pre-farm if you guys want to fully max out your Feixiao day one. Okay, it's actually going to be possible to do it, provided that you guys save a little bit of stamina or some fuels. Okay, I'm gonna do my absolute best here right now, guys, to teach you guys, or just to help you guys out in what materials you actually are going to need to be able to like fully max out, or, you know, just get your Feixiao to the best possible states that you can get her to when she comes out, right? Just so you guys know, the information that I get is from Honey Hunter World. Everybody gets the information from this website, as far as guides like this do. This is a very trustworthy site, and I say that because I've been using this site to pre-build my characters for months now. So if you guys ever need to, it is called starrail.honeyhunterworld.com, and then you just pick the character that you want to look at, all right, if you want to see it for yourself. So Feixiao is going to be a wind 5-star hunt character, and she plays a follow-up attack type game. Okay, that's her main thing. We're probably not going to talk about team building, but she's going to work with your basic follow-up attack type characters, like Robin, like Topaz, like Dr. Ratio, like your Hunt March if you built her crit instead of building her break. Probably supports like Robin and Ron May. Those are really good to use with her. And your, preservation or abundance character of choice. So first of all, let's talk about the really simple things, which is the XP materials and the credits. For you to fully build your Feixiao from level 1 to level 80 and max out all her traces, you're gonna need approximately 3.3 million credits. The place where you farm this, so it's just here, Calyx Golden, and it's the last one, the Bud of Treasures. If you have 0 credits, that equals to about 13,000 stamina being spent specifically on the Golden Calyx, and that takes you roughly 5 to 6 days of farming. But that's only if you have like 0 credits, okay? So you're probably looking at something like half this, like maybe 2 days that you need to farm for you to be able to get this 3 million credits. Going on, dudes, we have the XP materials. So if you are leveling her up from 1 to 80, you are going to need a total of 294 Traveler's Guide. The place that you farm them is also the Golden Calyx right here, okay? Bud of Memories, Traveler's Guide. You are going to drop roughly 1 Traveler's Guide and 5 Adventure Logs every time you run. That equals to about 2.25 Traveler's Guide every time you run. Overall, you're looking at, if you're going to farm from absolutely having nothing to having the equal to 294 Traveler's Guides, it's going to take you about also 1300 stamina, which takes also about 5 to 6 days of just farming XP. But of course, again, this is only if you have nothing. So if you do need to farm for XP, it's going to take you, like, considering that you have something going on, it might take you 1 to 2 or 3 days. Same thing if you're going to go for the light cone. For you to be able to farm absolutely everything that you need, which is 98 refined ether, which is the light cone XP thing, you are going to need about 2 to 3 days. And if you already have something, then it's going to take you probably just 1 day. We're talking all this with like 240 stamina full day. You could have thought a video game for children could be this complicated. That's where Gacha games are meant for math nerds. They are. I'm trying to skip the math and just give you guys like the end, right? The end result that you guys need. I just want you guys to have an idea of how many days it takes to farm all this, right? If you have to farm it from scratch. So we're looking at a week, maybe more. If you guys are really running low on these, it might take you a week or something for you to be able to get everything that you want, especially if you want to go for the light cone too. Public service announcement regarding these kinds of things, guys. The battle pass gives you a lot of credits, a lot of XP materials, and a lot of light cone XP materials. Since I've been buying the battle pass for this game ever since launch, I have never had to farm XP. It is what it is. Now, I don't want to promote the battle pass. I really don't. But if you guys don't want to go through these 4 or 5 days of farming XP materials and credits, then you might want to consider buying the battle pass. That's all I'm going to say. I don't think you should. I think maybe that week is better spent just farming instead of, spending $10. But I just want you guys to know that that is an option and a very, very, very good option, because we're going to go on to our next time sink right now. Okay, this is where you guys are going to get the basic materials. Now we're going to go to the mission materials. Okay, I like to call these mission materials. These items here, the artifacts module, the artifacts cogwheel, and the artifacts gyro heart, they are received from farming in-world monsters. So just overworld monsters in the Luofu are going to drop these items here. Okay, so if you want a hard farm from them, all you have to do is just go in game, check out the item. So let's give you an example like this one, like the artifacts module, right? And then you check the sources, right? And you can see which enemies you are able to like farm them from. What I do personally is the only place where I farm these items are the daily assignments. Okay, so right here. Here you go. Ever since I started playing this game, like day one, I knew that Hoyoverse was going to make this nightmare to farm if you didn't put your characters to do this. So I've been farming this ever since day one. I do this every single day. If you guys are just starting out right now, I was able to calculate how many days of missions you would need to be able to get all the things that you need. Right now, we are looking for you to max out your Feixiao. You're going to need 56 artifacts module, which is the 2-star. You're going to need 71 artifacts cogwheel, which is the 3-star. And you're going to need 73 artifacts gyro heart for the 4-star item, right? And a cool thing here, some of you newer guys might not know, you can transmutate 3 of these, which is the green one, into one blue, and you can transmute the blue one into a purple one, and so on and so forth. If you put all of these together, you need to farm 926 of the 2-star material in order to just get all of this through transmutation. Okay, the place that you transmutate is right here, synthesizer. Synthesize, I guess that's the word. And then you just go here to items, and you can synthesize the cogwheel, and you can synthesize the one that comes after the cogwheel, which is this one, the gyro heart. Okay, it takes 30 straight days of missions for you to get the 926 that you need. So about a full month doing the missions every day, you're going to get everything that you need to completely max out your Feixiao. Now, chances are that you don't have 0 of these. And same thing is, even if you start today to farm this, you're probably not going to need the 30 days, because even if time starts running out, you can just start farming the overworld monsters for these items in case you really, really, really want your Feixiao to be fully maxed out day one. And, you know, this is kind of getting on your ass about that, right? So that should cover our mission items, as I like to call them. Okay, now next is the Crimson Calyx trace upgrade items, which are the meteoric bullet, the destined expiration, and the counter temporal shot. You're gonna need 18 of the 2-star one, you're gonna need 69 of the 3-star one, and you're going to need a whopping 139 for the 4-star one. Welcome to the hell that is pre-farming. Now guys, the place that you get these items are of course the Crimson Calyxes. The one that we're looking at is the Butt of the Hunt. Make sure that you are hunting on the So Glad Scorched Sand audition venue. I've been doing this for like weeks now, and make sure that you are doing the max amount of attempts that you can, and that you are doing this on the highest level that you can. Okay, because it's gonna be the highest chances of you getting at least 1 4-star every time you go through. And this is it. Now, about how long it takes for you to farm these. So I'm building an Excel sheet to understand what the actual average value is for just the amount of items that you get from farming these Calyxes. What I can't tell you guys comes literally from just my experience of playing this game for over a year. So my source here is literally trust me, bro. Because I've just done this a bunch. It takes me about 7 to 10 days of straight up Crimson Calyx farming in order to get all the trace up material items that I need for all the characters that I've maxed on day one. I've done this like 10 times, and I can comfortably tell you guys that like it takes you about a week to 10 days. It takes me that long because I farm for the light cone also. The light cone requires a couple more runs of the like maybe 1 or 2 more days in order for you to fully max out the light cone too. So I would tell you guys that maybe, you know, somewhere in between 5 to 7 days, like a full week, that's probably how much you're going to need to farm these Calyxes every single day, 240 stamina every day, in order to have all the items that you need to fully max out Feixiao day 1. So again, 18 of the green ones, 69 of the blue ones, 139 of the purple ones. If you are also going for the light cone, which is something I always do, it goes a little bit up. It's 22 of the green ones, the 2-star, 81 of the blue ones, or the 3-star, and a whopping 154 of the purple ones, or the 4-star. So this, guys, over here, in my opinion, is one of your biggest time gates, which is the trace materials. Now, guys, we have the weekly boss material. Okay, so it's this right here, Regret of an Infinite Alchema. The good news about this is that sometimes Honkai Star Rail characters, they come out with a new weekly boss. And when they do come out with a new weekly boss, because you're time gated of only being able to do them 3 times a week, sometimes we are just unable to fully max out our characters. And that sucks absolute ass. But it is not the case. Feixiao uses an existing weekly boss, so we can start farming that right now. The weekly boss in question, just go to Interterrestrial Guide, and go to Echo of War, and it's this lady right here, Fantilia the Undying, right? That's her girl. She's gonna drop our Regret of Infinite Alchema. Every time you do her, she drops 3 of these if you're doing her on the max level that you can. And because she drops 3 of these, you need at least 2 weeks of farming in order to get those 12 that you need. So we are good on the weekly thing. So we're not going to be time gated by weekly bosses, okay? So this is really good if, you know, for people who are like us, who are insanely crazy about maxing out our waifus day 1. The next material I want to talk about real quick is the Tracks of Destiny. So Tracks of Destiny are the equivalent to the crowns in Genshin Impact, or the recent hamster cages in Zenless Zone Zero. These are items that are really rare, but Star Rail is really good about giving these out. I would say Star Rail is leagues better than Genshin Impact and Zenless Zone Zero right now as far as this item goes. The places where you can get Tracks of Destiny are, first of all, events. So if we go to the event that's going on right now, for an example, if you guys are watching this video in the future, this is the event that's going on right now. Trailblaze Friendship is Magic. If you finish this event, voila, you get a Tracks of Destiny. Cool. So in-game events, like the temporal events, they usually, once you finish the event, they're going to give you 1 of these. Another good way to get them is that once a month, you can always buy 2 of them. It's here in the store. If you go to the Embers Exchange, and it's usually up here, right? But once a month, you can buy 2 of these, and that is awesome. There's 2 of these. They're really easy to get as long as you're just pulling on characters, right? Just a good tip overall. Be sure you always leave like 900 Undying Embers here, because that's going to guarantee you the 5 tickets, the 5 limited tickets, the 5 non-limited tickets, and the 2 Tracks of Destiny whenever the new month rolls in. You can also use your Undying Starlights to exchange for Tracks of Destiny. Now, I would heavily suggest to not do this, because these are way better spent, in my opinion, on limited tickets, so you can get characters, dude. Maybe not buy them here, okay? I'm just telling you guys, you could if you really needed to, but maybe not, okay? Maybe not buy them here. Definitely buy them here twice a month. Very cheap, you're good, but don't buy them here. Another place that you can get this, which is really cool, is the simulated universe itself. Either normal simulated universe, dude, the divergent universe, whatever you want to do that has to do with the SU, man. Once you complete this every week, you get 1. Every week. This is absolutely awesome. So now we just covered Tracks of Destiny. I hope that's okay. I hope I gave you guys all the options that you have to actually get this item. It is an item that the longer you play the game, the easier it is for you to have all of 8 when you need to max out a character. Unless you have been going completely crazy in maxing out every character that you got in Honkai Star Rail, you shouldn't have too much of an issue having 8 of these around. Oh, last place. Again, I am not advocating for this, but if you do buy the Nameless Honor, then I'm pretty sure you get 4 of these. You're gonna get 2 regardless, just by doing the battle pass. You don't need to buy it. But if you want 4 out of this, then you have to buy the $10 one. Okay? So another place, battle pass gives you these. Your Trailblaze level probably give you some of these too, but that's a one-time thing, so I usually don't mention it. Hope that helped out with Tracks of Destiny and all the places that you can get them. Okay, boys? Next is the problem child. So this item right here, a glass of the Besotted Era, is what I like to call the Overworld boss Ascension material. So this item is gotten from here on the Interestral Guide. They're called the Stagnant Shadow. I call them Overworld bosses because that's what they are in Genshin. The reason why you guys are not finding the item that I just talked about over here, it's because this is a new boss that's going to come out with patch 2.5 and Feixiao herself. If you guys still want to max her on day one, there is a lot of hope for that, okay? Don't quit. What you can do is you just save your stamina right here, right? So this is the excess stamina that you get just from like not doing anything every day. So you can save stamina here, or what you can also do is save your fuels. So fuels are this item right here, and they provide you with 60 Trailblaze power. You get these from your adventure level rewards. You get tons of these from the battle pass, and you might get these from like other events going on and just like playing the game. They are kind of a rare resource though, so probably aren't going to have too many of these unless you've never used them before, but they are something to think about. So when Feixiao comes out, we are going to need to farm 65 of these new materials on a boss that came out exactly on that day. So what happens is every time you farm one, you farm for 5, and every time you farm for 5, you spend 30 stamina. That's equal to a total of 390 stamina, which is equal to 1.6 or roughly 2 days of farming, 6.5 to 7 fuels, depending on how much stamina you have saved up. If you want to max her out day one, do not fret. All you need is 6 or 7 fuels and a little bit of like overcapped stamina for you to be able to farm all 65 glasses of the Besotted Era. Makes sense? Easy mode. Easy things to do, dude. Maybe getting those 7 fuels might be hard, but hey, it's the only way that we can actually get this done on day one. Okay, because these things just happen, these new bosses just appear, man, and it absolutely sucks because it time gates you, but it is what it is. And a good thing about Honkai Star Rail is that even if you haven't cleared the newest story mode for the patch that just came out, they give you early access on this boss, which allows you as a pre-farm boy to be able to farm this day one, like minute one, ever the server came out. It is a time gate and it's not, right? It's only a time gate if we're not prepared. So yeah, guys, that's it. Okay, so that's it for the farming. This is all you guys need to completely farm your Feixiao. What I'm going to tell you guys is if you guys are going for the light cone also, then the trace materials go up a little bit. You're going to need 98 refined ethers on top of everything else, which is what I told you guys is like 2 to 3 days of farming if you have 0. Credits go up to 3.7 million, and that makes your run go from like 6 days to 7. Which is, I guess it's 1 day more that you're going to need to farm, which is fine. And it is what it is. The total farming time should be about a month. Okay? If you have absolutely nothing, then it should take you about a month, which is not enough if we're looking to like max her out on day one, especially when this video comes out. But chances are that you're going to have like tons of these things already. You're not going to need to farm everything from 0. You probably will be able to just get everything that you need in those 3 weeks that we need to farm. Now comes the second problem. Ktsu, how the hell am I going to build her? I've looked in Feixiao mains a lot and saw what people were using. It's really simple, guys. It really isn't that deep. Since she is a follow-up attack character, you're going to probably focus on the follow-up set that came out with Firefly on 2.3, which is the set that I have on my Yunli right now. It's called the Wind Soaring Valorous. You're going to focus on crit rate and crit damage as the main substats. Of course, she's a DPS character. You want probably a crit rate or crit damage chest, depending on what your preference is. And you want attack or speed boots, again, depending on what your preference is. For the planar set, it's probably this one, which is Duran Dynasty of Running Wolves. Same thing. The reason why it's a lot similar to Yunli is because both of them are follow-up attack characters. Daryl in the chat talked to us about, how's about I build her break effect? Then sure, maybe you can build her break effect to the point where you're just going to do the same exact thing, where you're going to focus on break effect and speed, probably. And you're going to use Iron Cavalry against the Scourge and Kalpagni Lantern. Okay, just make sure that if you are going to build her break effect because of her effect on her ultimate, then you really need Harmony MC. Okay, so build really easy, not that deep, boys. If you just do what I told you here, she's probably gonna work out just fine. Make sure you shoot for like a 1-to-2 ratio of crit rate, crit damage. Don't do what I do. I don't do it that well. As much attack as possible. And if you want to build her a little fast, probably something over 134 speed should be good. So guys, that should cover our pre-farm guide for Feixiao. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope I didn't talk too freaking much, man. I make these guys just because like there's so many people in my chat that are new to Honkai Star Rail. Like we're getting like older fans right now, but there are lots of people in my chat that are new to Honkai Star Rail. They started playing recently. So I want to make sure that everybody has access to this kind of information, especially newer people. I want to thank you guys a lot if you stayed until the end of the video. And I want to give you guys my best of wishes if you guys are going for Feixiao and you're pulling it on her. And I really wish you guys the best of luck in, you know, just getting your queen home, man, and being able to max her out as much as you can on day one. If you guys enjoy this kind of laid back guides, man, please consider giving me a like and a subscribe. Really helps my channel out, dude. I do content on every gacha game that I play. It's more of a variety channel, which takes a little bit longer to build, but hey, at least I'm having a lot of fun and I love what I'm doing. But yeah, thank you guys again. I'd really appreciate if you could help the channel out. And dude, I've been Ktsu. I really hope you guys have good luck with Feixiao and her pulls, man. That's it. Signing out.